Good morning. My name is Nadia Khan, and today I will be discussing smart home devices and cybersecurity. Over the past years, there has been an increasing number of internet users and the growing adoption of smart devices in regards to the connection of products, algorithms, and services. However, these services become difficult without collecting and learning personal behavior in public and private places. It is because of this that we must ask the question, to what extent has the increasing collection of private data via Wi-Fi capable devices negatively impacted the cybersecurity of United States citizens? This question brings me to my claim that the collection of private data has negatively impacted cybersecurity, as the fast-paced smart home industry has left users unaware of the overshare of data while creating vulnerabilities for security attacks. For this, we are looking at the impact on United States citizens and the impact these devices have on the privacy in the ethical sense and security of these citizens. This is important as this issue extends to the concern that as the Internet of Things devices and technology become more widespread, there ideally should be increasing efforts to keep consumers' information secure. Now, what is cybersecurity? As defined by radio.gov, it involves preventing, detecting, and responding to cyber attacks that can lead to theft and loss of personal information. It brings Americans personal security by helping to protect this information as we use smart applications in our homes. Smart home technology generally refers to any suite of devices, appliances, and systems that connect to a common network like Wi-Fi. And as metaphorically portrayed in this picture on the slide, these devices collect voice samples, your location, and require access to your phone in order to personalize the technology. However, while these devices may provide convenience, according to Van de Hoven from Stanford University, recent advances in information technology have threatened privacy, and it is clear that most people would not want their personal information to be accessible by just anyone at any point in time. He further elaborates, as you can see, that the combination of increasing power of new technology and the declining clarity and agreement on privacy give rise to problems concerning law, policy, and ethics. Companies that create these devices require you to accept a lengthy privacy policy in order to waive any rights to sue via an arbitration agreement. To add on, in voice-activated technologies, as you can see in this graphic, such as Google Home, Alexa, and Siri, voice recordings travel from the user through the smart device into a virtual agent. And knowing that a virtual agent has access to voice snippets may seem intrusive, although many may have already agreed to this in the terms of use when the device is first installed. These devices have sensors and software that let them communicate data within the network. And while this may look like an efficient way for businesses to track consumer data, another significant problem is that hackers can utilize all of those devices to host attacks and steal personal information. As you can see on the right of this slide, based on a PC Mag home security survey, 23% of people with smart homes express concerns regarding collection of private data, while 30% express concerns regarding hacking, malware, and cybersecurity risk. These concerns can be attributed to the estimated 70% of devices vulnerable to a wide array of attacks, according to the HP technology company. Researchers in the industry have found that although most technologies claim to provide security mechanisms, more contemporary technologies may have vulnerable points not visible or obvious. This point is further discussed by Professors Aras Shara and Diaz Sanchez, as they emphasize that the leaks from each communication technology involved in a complete smart home system add up to a new picture of security threats. And as portrayed in this graphic, these common security threats and attacks against smart homes include man-in-the-middle, data and identity theft, as well as device hijacking, which can allow control to these home applications to any hacker. As mentioned earlier, it is not ideal to have personal information accessible to anyone at any time, and moreover, no one would want their entire network of devices to be accessed by anyone that can hack it. So how do providers create more cybersecure technologies? It is clear to see that connected smart home devices should be protected by comprehensive security solutions. Therefore, my proposed solution is first, mutual authentication. Every time a device is connected to the network, it should be authenticated prior to transmitting data. And this ensures that any of the data originates from a legitimate device. Now, an implication with something like this is that many smart home devices are less user-friendly when it comes to customizing settings, and it can take far more effort for users to get ready. Second, securing communication. Encryption ensures that only those with access and the decryption key can see transmitted data. Cybersecurity spending is expected to rise along with the growth of efforts to secure these very networks. Although this brings to light an implication that as Internet of Things technology grows, costs can also rise. As you can see on this graph, cybersecurity spending and costs by companies and the government is forecast to grow about 9% each year from 2021 to 2024, and perhaps at even higher rates later on. And while this may be seen as something that will deter companies and the government from investing in cyber securing consumers, if solutions like these are applied, costs are compensated for, and companies work to meet more reliable standards, consumers and more importantly, United States citizens will see a more cyber secure future. Thank you. What questions may you have?
All right, I do have two questions for you. The first up, was there evidence that you gathered that you didn't use, and then why didn't you use it?
That's a great question. So some evidence that I gathered before was very specifically about applications like Alexa and Google Chromecast TV. And I included it in my research, but I did not include it in my presentation because it was too specific and I wanted to get more of a general idea across. And I had time constraints, so I did not include that.
Okay, and one more question for you. What advice would you have for other researchers who consider this topic?
Some advice I have for other researchers going into this topic is to really look at like a lot of statistics on how hackable some devices are, and to research more solutions to this and see like how the correlation between more collection of data and how that increases like cyber attacks.
Okay.